So I want to talk about Shrek 5, a topic I never thought I would talk about. The trailer for Shrek 5 came out today, and there has been an incredible amount of hate online for this movie. Now, I am not a Shrek stan. I really only enjoyed the second movie that I consider the best. I've watched all of them, but it's been 15 years since the last Shrek movie came out in theaters. I went to watch that movie in theaters when it came out. I remember next to nothing about that movie. But people are saying this is ruining their childhood. That this animation is worse than what we had before. So I'm going to play a few seconds of it real quick. And in case you haven't seen it, I have it linked. This specific video I'm watching is Kino Check. I have it linked in the description so you can check it out. But look at this. So it starts out right here with the magic mirror, which is a staple of the series. And this part is a little bit weird, but it's supposed to be, a critique on the Shrek meme in general.
Ew, Dad!
But the way the characters move and everything is fine. This trailer is 45 seconds long, and people are judging the entire movie based off it already. Now, from the little bit of plot points that we do know, Shrek has, he's had his kids, he had triplets, he has this daughter now who's played by Zendaya, but most of the original cast are returning, which is cool.
Ooh, mama.
And people are sitting here saying this is worse than what we had before.
Nice.
Now here's a good show.
We got a white Bronco heading east into the forest, requesting backup.
It's time for the men in steel to teach these madcap.
So people have been using... Let's just look at this clip right here from Shrek 2. Now granted, this is a bit blurry and not the best quality, despite what the title says, Shrek 2, Night Scene Best Quality. I'll link to it down in the description below. But they're using it to say that this is better animation than what is currently happening. And that's simply just not the case. The people who are saying that is actually kind of missing the point of Shrek in general. Shrek was not successful because it was the best quality animated movie ever made, the most visually captivating movie, nor the best story. It kind of worked in spite of that. The whole point of Shrek was that because Shrek wasn't, conventionally attractive, conventionally beautiful, or conventionally the hero type, didn't mean he didn't have, worth, that he wasn't able to be the hero to get the girl in the end. That's the whole freaking point of Shrek. Now, they took the first, the whole book of Shrek, because Shrek is not just, a movie that Mike Myers and DreamWorks did. It was a fairy tale. Well, kind of. It was a book written, and then it got turned into this, and then they just kept making sequels to it. Now, each sequel is not necessarily worse than the original Shrek, nor better. None of the Shrek movies are exactly high-quality, amazing movies. They're just Shrek. They're fine. And this new movie is going to be no different. It's going to be more Shrek. That's all it is. It's just more Shrek. Now, whenever we look back at our childhood, and I'm talking about people around my age, 20s and all that, we tend to look at it, especially older people, thinking everything looks better. People will say, oh, games looked so good when I was younger, or TV shows were better, or animation was better, or CGI was better. CGI is the most common thing I hear they say is better, and it's not. Okay, it wasn't better then. Yes, there are examples that were really good, and there are examples today that are really bad, but it all comes down to budgeting. It comes down to the teams that are involved. Okay, because not everybody has the same level of talent when it comes to it, or same skill sets. It's a whole bunch of teams. It takes forever to do animation. I'm not an animator, but I tried, and this is the best I was able to do. This took me 2 hours to do this 2-second long clip. That animation is not great, right? It's not. But that's my skill level. Different people working on different movies have different skill levels and different expertise. I've spent relatively only a few weeks trying to learn any bit of animation stuff. Other people have spent entire decades doing it. Hell, there's even a thing where Shrek was used as a punishment for animators back in the day. If you weren't doing a good enough job on one movie, they threw you onto Shrek. So stop saying the animation on the new one is bad. Stop saying this new movie is ruining Shrek because it's just more Shrek. Stop looking back at your childhood with rose-colored glasses. Because at the end of the day, the stuff wasn't necessarily better. It was just different for the time, right? Things age. They change. We all do. Eventually, we all die, right? All this stuff happens. Right here, Shrek is growing old, which I think is the most interesting thing about this movie no one is talking about. Is Shrek, his family, they're growing old. They're getting to live, and the animation is getting to live and getting to change. It has been 15 years since the last movie. 15 years! Okay? God, that sounds so weird to say. I'm 23, guys. I'm 23, and 15 years ago, 15 years of my life was the last Shrek movie. And people are saying this is bad. It's not. It's just more Shrek. The whole point of this video, it's just more Shrek. Shrek, stop hating on Shrek 5. It's not. Look at this right here. What the hell is Shrek 5 doing? What do you mean, what is it doing? The movie's not even out yet, and you're trying to sit here and judge a movie that's not out yet. It's just more Shrek.